This is Oh Susanna. This song is in C position. And the melody basically is made up of 3 separate little chunks. Part 1, part 2, part 3. And then there's also the chorus. So the first chunk of the melody starts with the right hand on C. Sounds like this. That's part 1. C, D, E, G, G. Part 2 starts on A. So A, G, E, C. Part 3 starts on D. D, E, D, C, D. So all together, the melody goes like this, with part 1, 2, and 3 together. Starting on C. Now it's going to repeat that. Part 1 and part 2 are exactly the same. Part 3 will be slightly modified, as you will see. So part 1, part 2, part 3 slightly modified, still starts on D. So modified is D, E, D, C. So all together, the second playthrough of the melody on the second line, starting on C with parts 1, 2, and modified 3. And that's the first 2 lines. I'm going to play the first 2 lines and sing the words. I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. I'm going to Louisiana, my true love for to see. Now comes the chorus, and it starts on F. Oh, Susanna, oh, don't you cry for me. So the note names are, for the chorus, are F, F, A, A, G, G, E, C, D. So that's the chorus. It's called the chorus because for multiple verses of the song, the chorus and its words and notes always stay the same. Then the last line of the song is made up of the same melody parts as we had before. Part 1, part 2, and modified part 3. So it will sound like this. Part 1, part 2, modified 3. And then I'll play that and sing the words. For I've come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee. Now we think about the left hand. At first the left hand just comes in with a root C chord, C, E, and G, at the beginnings of the full measures. Then on the third measure, this version of Oh Susanna has you try something a little different. So when you're playing part 3, or that's the first version of part 3, and they have your left hand playing G, F sharp, F. And that is half notes. So, and your right hand is playing mostly quarter notes. So, when you put the hands together, you will have 2 quarter notes in the right hand for every half note on the left hand. And then when you get to knee, your right hand's playing a dotted half and your left hand's playing the half note. So when you put it together, I'll play the whole first line, and you can listen to when the C chords come in, and then in the part during part 3 where you play C or G, F sharp, F. So here it goes with both hands. Hear that left hand kind of stair step down during part 3. Now the second line is almost exactly the same. Left hand will come in with the root C chord at the beginnings of full measures. And then during part 3, which is now the modified part 3, it sounds more like an ending. The left hand's going to play almost the same thing. G, F, E. So you will hear that come into play in part 3. Let me play the second line with both hands. Good. Now during the chorus, the left hand will play whole notes and then half notes. So while the right hand is playing oh, so, the left hand will be playing A. Then while your right hand's playing Susanna, oh, your left hand's going to play F. So let's start at the beginning here with the left hand in the chorus. We're going to have an A, whole note, F, whole note, and then the next measure we're going to play E, half note, C, half note. So let me put those together. And then here, if you want to play the F and G chord in the left hand along with the D in the right, you can. There we go. And then we have the very last line of the song, which is going to be the same as the second line. C root chord coming out on the left hand, and then during part 3, the left hand will play G, F, E. And here's how the last line sounds, hands together.